All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Zoning Out, presented by the Comedy Zone. My name is Jordan Century, Jordan Century on all socials, sitting with Jonathan Williams.
Mr. Williams Comedy.
There you go. Go ahead.
On the internet.
On the internet. And Jason Allen King.
What's up, everybody? King Jason Allen on Instagram.
There you go. You were about to forget it.
It's been a long day.
Everybody, this was a rare occurrence in the sense that Jonathan was on time for the recording, and I was actually the 10-minute holdup.
Technically, I was late, too.
You were late, too?
7:35.
Oh, okay. Well,
all right. I was still setting up, so I've been late almost every time.
I mean, I think if I'm here first, I guess that just counts as on time.
No, it doesn't.
Oh.
Yeah, I think
You're not getting away with that.
Yeah.
You're just
I'm
calling
pretty sure. Yeah.
No.
Whoever gets here first is on time.
Would you say, like, your lateness is it, like...
perpetual?
Yeah. Are you late
Constant.
all the time?
Yeah.
Like, talk about your lateness.
Yes. I'm late to not everything, but it's a very, very real struggle. And it's not it's not that I don't care. I just...
Yeah.
It's a thing, and I'm not alone in this, by the way. It's like there's like, well, I don't want to. You guys are gonna laugh at me, but
I
like
have to push back on that. Have you ever been late to a show at a club?
This is the thing. What you're getting into right now, that is the thing.
I guess not, but
I'm not late for work. I'm never late for work. That's not a thing that
I'm not either. But
do.
that's because I work from home.
But my point is that almost everything else you can count on me being 5, 10, 15 minutes late.
I'm usually later than I want to be to shows. You know what I mean? Like I feel late. Even I'm not there like after the fucking show's starting, but like it's an actual, like, whether or not it's a valid struggle or whatever it is, like,
if there's something psychological
there
to
is,
it,
like,
I'll
have plenty of time. I'm like, I have time. Okay, cool. Let's just like do my stuff. And then all of a sudden I just don't.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's weird. It's a weird thing. It's not on purpose. I'm not trying to fuck people over.
Okay.
Yeah.
My theory was just that you love the black community so much that you have adopted CP time.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Oh my god.
It's not outside the realm of possibility subconsciously. It's not. I definitely have a lot of verbal tics that are like, you shouldn't be saying that, man.
Yeah. Oh, please tell us.
Yeah.
No, you've heard them all. You've heard, like 10 minutes ago, I was like, pass me that bottle, dog. Like, I'm not supposed to do that. Like, I know.
You're just uncool, I think, is all what you're saying.
Yeah, but I mean, that's trying too hard is uncool.
Yeah,
like, it goes together.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's true.
I never claimed to be cool. Look at this button situation, by the way.
What button situation? Yeah, there aren't any. Oh, you're talking about him.
Mine
no,
are
I'm
buttoned up.
saying like just the contrast.
Yeah.
Y'all both got on Henleys.
I know. Isn't
That's
that
right.
weird?
We said that when we walked in, actually. It was like,
But I was waiting for you to say something about how I don't have any of my buttons buttoned.
I wasn't even going to notice until you started talking about
But
buttons.
it seems like I know that's why I brought it up.
No, don't do that.
The reason
I don't like
That's
how
hot.
you folded it back. No.
I'm trying to be like Jonathan.
you mean my effortless style?
Jonathan, wait, that shirt does not. Oh, it does have one button.
It's
No, it has
one.
buttons. Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't see it first. I thought maybe he cut the buttons off.
Just like, what? I can't button it.
That would
I
be
can't.
awesome. That would be really funny.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm putting my mic down for a second. Does this look better? I don't think it does, but you all tell me.
Okay.
There's only one answer here, but go on.
Covering up his cleavage right now
Yep.
for the listeners. They can't see what's going on right now.
Does that look better?
I'm gonna keep it real with you. It didn't really make much of a difference.
Yeah,
either way.
I don't think it. Like, I think it's just sort of.
How about me?
It's sort of a
Okay,
chill.
I know.
It's because you're
I keep
yeah,
putting my
your
boobs out.
chest out.
Yeah.
How's this look, boys?
To me, it
Lord.
just has a more chill vibe.
And what's funny is that you're not at all chill.
No.
So it's really
I know.
amazing.
I need clothes to do that for me. How is that not obviously
That's your whole
what
thing.
I'm doing?
Good for you. By the way, I'm Hort and sexy now.
Hort and sexy, yeah. Well,
that makes no sense to anyone listening.
Yeah, you can't see the glass.
You can't just.
The S on short has been washed off.
Short and sexy.
So now it's just Hort.
No, I'm Hort.
Hort and sexy sounds like just the worst name of anything.
And I'm pretty sure he's English.
Right. It's like it's the most disgusting Dr. Seuss porn parody.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Horton fucks a who? I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
all right. So this went off in a weird tailspin.
It did. Yeah,
I was just going to say that I was late because I had to buy vitamins. It was going to be something very innocuous. And
I love that. I had to get my vitamins.
I had to get my vitamins, man.
What vitamins you get?
Yeah.
I got the multi.
All right. Well, I mean, what's in it?
Oh man, it's everything.
It's all of them.
It's all of the.
That's
all
what
multivitamin.
Is it essential?
No, I know what a fucking multivitamin is. I'm asking what's in it. Like, what do you got? You got B12.
I'll guarantee B12 is in here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got A. How much?
Jonathan,
you got,
I'm telling you,
what kind of percentages you got?
There's like 50 vitamins.
You got a
in here.
percentage.
Want me to
Give me the
read
daily value, motherfucker. I want to know.
It's like the daily value of almost everything on this label.
Does everything 100% or more?
Most of it is like vitamin A is. Why am I doing this?
I don't know.
the listeners are not going to care
because I started a fight.
You started a fight for no reason.
I kind of was just trying to see if you would do it.
No, I'm not reading that whole label.
You started to. Don't let the record show.
That we have to actually be entertained.
You pulled that bottle out aggressively.
I did.
You were like, "You want to see? You want to know?"
I ain't gonna lie. That did kind of trigger me. You got me. You win that.
I did it.
Meanwhile, I'm just trying to make sure there's rum in the house. You know what I mean? It's a different lifestyle.
But
are you training now?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm doing the New York Marathon, so I got to be ready for that. It's like week 2 of training for that.
So all right. So what does that mean?
That means that like I'm running a lot more consistently now.
Okay.
Like I was already running throughout the year, so it's not like I wasn't running at all. But now I'm increasing my mileage, so it's like I'm trying to run 5 times a week now.
Nobody's making you do this, right?
Nobody is making.
This is just on your own.
Yeah, this is all me.
You're like I'm gonna do this.
The other day I was thinking about like what if I start training? I could do that marathon with Jordan. And then I got to 7 miles last night, and I was like, "No, I don't want to do that."
You want to do
it? Which is 7 miles is pretty normal for me, but that's like I'm fucking. The most I've ever done is like 11.
Yeah, and even then, that's what you should sign for a half. A half is 13.
I can maybe do the half.
Yeah, do the half.
Yeah, see how that feels. It's gonna feel bad. It's gonna feel real bad.
It probably won't be the most comfortable thing.
Although that day, the time that I've done like 10 and 11 a couple times, and the reason I've done that is not I'm gonna run 10 miles. The reason is I'm at like 8 miles, and I'm like,
you're feeling good.
I still got some gas in the tank. Let's do this. Yeah. So
it's amazing.
Yeah,
good for you guys.
I have noticed like as I've gotten like older, I guess you could say, it definitely takes a lot more to have a good run.
Oh yeah.
When I first got into running. I first got into running when I was like late 20s, and so it was a lot easier. I could have been like out drinking the night before and went on a run next day. And maybe the first mile would be rough, but then after that I'd be good. But these days it's like, man,
they're all bad for me.
Yeah, if you don't have it, it's gonna be a rough time for you.
But I just feel like I'm doing something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's a good.
There you go.
It's good.
Yeah.
Do you just buy running shoes off the internet, or do you go I went to a store yesterday, into Fleet Feet.
Okay. Yeah.
And they did the whole
very boomer
I walked in. Not really. I went in there and walk. They have this.
It's a comedy podcast.
It's really funny.
I'm just shooting.
No, that was hilarious. They have this scanner, all this stuff, and they scan. They make a 3D model thing of your foot, and then help you pick based on that. It's pretty exciting.
Are your feet fleet? Did we learn that?
My feet are fleet. My feet are on fleek. If it was 2015,
I expected that.
Yeah, I felt that coming too.
On fleet, I don't know.
This is
bad.
Cool.
Should we start over the episode?
I thought we were good. We took a nosedive when you brought up the multivitamins, and we haven't bounced back from that.
So you did like the Horton,
but okay, yeah, right. All right, we'll switch topics then. All right, how about this? We all either are currently or have been romantically involved before, right? Mm-hmm. With somebody. And, you know, when you first meet that person, you might just like save their name as whatever, just standard first name, last name.
Okay.
But then as you get to know them, you have a little fun with it. Like you throw an emoji, maybe you change it to their nickname.
You mean in your phone?
In your phone, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, in your phone, yeah.
Pictures
And so
and stuff, yeah.
what's that timeline like for y'all? Like how long do you feel like you have to have been, I guess you don't necessarily even have to be in a relationship, but when you have a good feeling about that person, or do you never do it at all?
It's not something I really think that hard about. So like, I think
I usually do it like if I just meet someone, like where we met, maybe a little something about something that happened there that was cute. I do that like right away, and then I might change it later.
Yeah,
that's something I've done that actually kind of most of the time.
Well, yeah,
because I'm usually
sometimes
like,
it just
cute.
presents a contact to you. Yeah, you know, it'll just be like name this person. You press the button and it just makes the contact. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm asking because I was trying to figure out like how long had you been using the jalapeno emoji for?
Shut up! God damn it! That is false. That is not.
Holy shit!
All right, I'm sorry. That was just too funny.
Picture it happened.
That thing I sent to y'all today, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, tell us about that, Josh, because that was a fun.
She sent a Instagram post about this guy. I want to pull it up really quick. About this guy.
Context. Give us who we're talking about.
Yeah, this is the person I've been seeing. Her name is Latina.
Yeah.
Nope. Her name is Victoria.
She
or V.
has to be in your phone as Latina.
She's not.
She should be.
Yeah, with the emoji.
Just talk about something else while I find this.
You put the emoji. It's like, are you talking to
I
Chulas?
don't have an emoji. It never happened.
Is that
it's
on the
not
border?
a thing.
Like, what is that?
She listens to the podcast. God
you like
damn it.
Okay.
The chips that much.
I fucking hate you guys.
Why do you have on the border in your phone? That's weird. Is that North Lake? Where is that?
We're out of control.
It's right across from the Chili's.
That is hilarious. Oh my gosh. This is taking a long time. We've been doing a good job of stalling. You still haven't found this article yet.
Because I want this episode to fail.
I can pull this up in 2 seconds. It
All
was
right,
in a
you
text
got it
chain.
now.
It says it's a headline from the Daily Mail. And it says Kansas City man arrested trying to rescue Mommy Chulas.
Wait,
in quotation marks, from ICE detention facility.
And he got arrested wearing
thank you. And he's wearing an I Heart Latinas / Latinas shirt.
What the? Does he have your hair? Are you guys related?
And he sent me that and said, "Oh shit! What did she say? God damn it!
If she gets caught by ICE,
said,
that can be you.
This can be you if ICE catches me."
Wow.
This can be me if ICE this can be you if ICE comes after me.
There you go.
That's funny.
That is funny.
Very funny.
She's cool.
She's funnier than you.
What
at least at this point on this podcast.
Can we look that up?
100% that.
Yeah, what was that?
First, let's not skip over that. I would love to have V on the podcast. If she wants to go up here, bring her up here.
We'll talk about it.
But no, what does Mommy Chulas mean?
Chulas is just like a term of endearment for Latino women, but it can also be like, it can be derogatory. Like it's one of those things where it's just kind of like has a whole spectrum. Depends who says it, how you say it. You know, that kind of thing.
Kind of like Latinas could be bad if you put
it's objectively bad.
Is it okay? Wasn't sure.
On the break, I'm gonna go on Facebook and see if somebody is named Latino.
I'm sure someone somewhere.
I'll look it up.
I wonder how many stories are like that. Just people just trying to break their.
Oh, I'm sure there's a few people.
Mama Chulas out of this.
I mean, listen, if some shit goes down,
yeah,
I could see you doing that.
I'm gonna have to do some. I'll have to do something.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do nothing. I don't know if I'm going to do something violent, but I'll show up somewhere at least.
See what I would do. I'd put a mask on also and be like, where are we taking this?
Not a terrible
Where are we taking this person? Come on, guys, let's go.
Be like, you guys all go to the bathroom. I got to go to the bathroom. For some reason, she's coming with. Don't worry about
They would probably be fine with that, scumbags. Yeah. Because I saw this article where someone posted on one of their stories where it was like all these people taking advantage of the ICE thing and trying to be aggressive towards women and like stealing people, robbing them. Yeah.
Yeah, you can just do. That's one of the trillion problems with it is like they don't have any ID. You can just anyone. You can just do it.
That's crazy.
I don't know. Did you? If we had this conversation on mic about like who these ICE guys are, like who are these guys?
Who are?
I have one.
I immediately think Proud Boys.
That's my thought. I think there's a lot of overlap.
Right. If they don't have to show any ID, then it's completely
it can be
anybody, and it's illegal. So.
I think the demographic, for some reason, this is what I always think of when I see them, is like they're in their 50s, 60s probably, and they're real serious about paintball.
All right, I'm rolling.
I feel like they play paintball on the weekend. They have like expensive paintball equipment, and they play on the weekends. And just 11-year-olds hands their asses to them every weekend. Okay. Like they're dead serious about it. They get their asses kicked, and then they're like, "We get to wear a mask? Fuck yeah, I'll do that." And be racist.
Is Chandler going to be there? Because I'm not going if he's going to be there. He's not helping us, is he? No.
Okay. Follow me here. All right.
Yeah.
This really reminds me of a movie, and I have to look to you, Jason, because this is an older film. I'm not trying to be funny, but like, do you help me figure out what this movie is? There was a movie where they That's
a contemporary for you. Right?
Sure. They kidnapped Damon Wayans, who was a basketball player for the New Orleans Jazz in this movie, because they were Boston Celtics fans, and they didn't want the Celtics to get beat by the Jazz.
What?
Yeah.
That's a movie?
I do really remember
I've seen it a few times, but I was a kid. This came out like 94 or something like that. It's a very old movie.
Yeah, I don't know it, but I can look it up.
All right.
So it's like a period piece. This is the New Orleans Jazz.
Yeah, I guess you could say
that would be back in, I don't know when they stopped being in New Orleans.
It's
a while ago.
A long time ago.
Probably before either of us were born.
Yeah.
Probably before any of us were born.
Well, maybe it was late 80s then. All right. Anyway, I bring that up to say, not for any nefarious reason, but if you could just kidnap somebody.
Oh, it's called Celtic Pride?
That's it.
Yeah.
I have never heard of that.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Dude, it's Dan Aykroyd and the other guy, the other thief from
Home Alone.
Yeah. I can't remember his name.
Harland Williams?
No.
Was he the thief?
Daniel Stern.
Yeah, I mixed them up for no reason whatsoever. Harlan Williams is way different looking. If I could just kidnap anybody, who would it be? Is that your question?
I don't know if you should answer that because we're being recorded. But
look at that.
Would you do it?
Never seen or heard of that.
Yeah,
it's a good movie, man.
Here's, you could zoom in on.
Wait, so if wait. What is your question, Jordan?
If you could kidnap somebody, would you do it? I won't ask you who because we're being recorded. But would you again, not for anything nefarious. Not for anything nefarious. No. Under the pretense of like people are running out here pretending to be ICE or could not be ICE and just kidnapping people. Yeah. Would you do it? It doesn't have to be a minority.
Who do we want to get off the street? Is that what you're saying?
No. What? Like, give me just.
Anyone who walks around with a Confederate flag.
Why would I want to kidnap
I would scoop those people up.
Okay.
You're talking about... Okay, you're talking... What did you have in mind?
Well,
when you were saying, like, what's a reason one would want to kidnap someone that you were thinking of?
It could have been something more silly. Maybe you want to kidnap another comedian.
Okay, so this is all, like... like to get them out of the way?
Could be to get them out of the way, or maybe they're so bad, if they perform on a show... It's going to cancel the show, and you haven't got to perform on the show yet.
So I think we're writing a script as we speak right now.
Could be what we're doing.
All right, we're timestamp this. We might have to.
I mean, I don't want to say no.
We can call it would be called The Opener, and we want to get them out of there because they're going to ruin the show, and it's an important
showcase.
Show.
You're on to something.
Yeah. Showcase could be another title.
Yeah. Comics are like, we got to get this guy's the worst.
I think this might have legs, actually.
Yeah. And maybe what we find out later is this person is actually really good. And that's why they want him out of the way.
It just got boring.
That could be a choice. I think that could be done right. Anyway,
don't bring an umbrella to a brainstorm. Come on, man.
I'm kidnapping somebody.
Yeah. Who are you getting?
I'm not saying that. No, Mike.
Can you elaborate at all?
Oh, no, I have somebody in mind, but I'm not going to say it on Mike. Oh, no, it's a comedian.
Okay.
It's a comedian. They just get on my nerves. I'm not going to hurt them.
Yeah.
I just will kidnap them for like 48 hours, just make them like sit in the corner. Just make them sit with themselves. I think that'd be like.
Do I know? Is it who I'm thinking of? This is from a long time ago, though.
No,
probably not.
No.
I think there's a good chance it might be one of us, Jonathan, if I'm honest. It's very possible.
That'd be fine.
It's just to be. That'd be fun to get kidnapped if you were just like in a real stressful situation. You're just tired of your life and marriage, and you get kidnapped. You're like, thank God, thanks, guys. And they just keep you in the corner. They're all mad at you and stuff. You're like, it's fine. I'll just.
I don't have to go to work.
You don't have to send me home. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's a movie too, I think.
You know what? Okay, that's actually a more interesting question. Let's change it to that. Let's say, Jonathan, I come up to you and say, listen, man, I need to go missing for 48 hours.
Now we're talking.
I need you. We basically got to pull a Jussie Smollett. You got to act like you've kidnapped me.
Okay.
With this whole scheme.
And then you're going to end up.
Am I just helping you, or is there something in this for me?
Yeah.
No, we're friends. Like, would you just.
Well, no, that's what I mean. I'm just. This is just to help you.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, if you came to me,
but you got to make it look real, though.
Yeah, we got to make it look real.
Well, but then, like, I could get in big trouble, right?
Yeah, that's
could.
Right. But a good friend would do it.
Would it? I mean, I don't know. Would a good friend do it?
Dude, you got to take your foot off the brakes, man. We're having
no. I'm taking. You want me to take this fucking scenario? You want me to take this scenario seriously or not?
I want you to take it.
I'd
funny.
have to think about it.
I want you to take it funny.
Well, I'm not funny. So
we're rethinking the podcast right now. It's actually what's happening.
Okay.
Be like, yeah. I would rent a van, probably an enterprise van, right? Make sure that the windows are tinted. Use an alias. Probably have to get a fake ID. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd get a McLovin, and I would have to do it in the public because we want people to believe that you actually got stolen.
Yes.
You know.
But something about that phrasing that I didn't like that. Yes.
Which part?
Wait, what?
Something about me being stolen.
You get stolen.
Yeah.
I'm not property.
I couldn't do it because people would recognize me.
With you. But okay, all right.
So I'd drive. I'd probably need Jonathan.
Okay,
to
so
do
yeah,
it.
so it's a team.
Yeah, fine, sure.
Okay,
I'll help.
I'm just saying, Jordan. I will kidnap you if you needed it.
Thank you.
You would have to like be real serious though.
Of course, I'm.
If
why
you
would
were
I just?
if
Do you think I'm joking about getting kidnapped?
I don't know. It would. The reason would have to be very good.
Oh no!
It couldn't just be. It couldn't just be. You just want it. Just like, hey, get me out of one small little bind.
That's
I'd be like,
exactly
no,
what. This is a comedy podcast. I'm not in dire straits. Like, no, I got like a presentation that I'm not prepared for, and I just need extra time.
And he's tried everything to get out of it, and the boss is like, "No, you got to be here 8 o'clock tomorrow."
Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
All right. Well, I guess
Jesus
we're running through these topics, but I got another phone one.
Okay.
And I guess I will start with Jason. Jonathan, I will give you time to warm up.
Smart.
Now, Jason, I guess I should start by saying, have you ever been in an interracial relationship?
That's great.
In an interracial relationship? No, I don't think so.
Okay, well, fine. We'll just pretend. Because
I will say, I'll only say kinda. I never really dated this person, but I guess there was a little something.
All right,
like,
fine. We'll go with
bit.
that. We'll go with that. Now, can I ask the race of this person?
She was black.
Okay. Would you take them
Oh no.
to a date
Now I'm
at Something Good Soul Food?
Holy shit! I actually literally have a story about exactly what you're talking about.
No, you don't get to play. It's my turn now.
No, we're coming to you.
Go for it. Go for it. But
because basically the question is, would you?
Is there a place I wouldn't take them?
No. Well, but would you take them to something that they might look at and be like, "Why'd you pick this place?
Why are you bringing me?"
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be it. Yeah. Okay. I don't think I would.
The answer's no.
I know. I'm just trying to think like in my brain. I would probably be like, "You want to go play video games somewhere?" She'd be like, "No," but that's definitely a you thing. But I would. I like to think I would do whatever they would want to do, but would I choose that? I don't think so, man.
You wouldn't choose it? Okay.
No, but I will say this: having been there and performed there, and knowing how they would treat me, yeah, I probably would. They liked me there. They liked me a lot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I could probably do that.
I would say, for me, it's not something that I wouldn't do, but man, the pressure would be top tier. Like I dated a Latina once, right? And we weren't in a relationship, but like we went out, and like the idea of taking her to a Mexican restaurant,
yeah,
man, I would have to have like a very strong selling point for me to feel comfortable doing that.
You'd be like, tonight we're going on the border.
That's what I'm saying. You can't just take them on the border.
On the border.
That's going a little crazy.
You gotta go to Chili's or something like that.
You have to do something.
That's Would you have a place in mind? I'm trying to think. Do I know of a good like Mexican place right now?
My pitch would have to be they would have to be known for something else, and they just also happen to be a Mexican restaurant. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would have to be something like there's this amazing jazz singer for some reason performing at this Mexican restaurant. It's like, yo, we should check this out. Also, they got burritos. Like they just,
Oh my God. I just keep thinking of something good.
But I would be very nervous because I don't want it to look like I'm trying to make, you know what I mean?
How would I ask her to be like, you into soul food? Is that how do you ask
the
that?
The answer is very clearly no.
Just like, you into soul food? I got a spot. Like that's how I would do it.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. She would immediately leave, I think, probably. I don't think she would be down.
Yeah.
So my answer to would I do that is absolutely not on purpose.
All right.
And here's what happened.
Oh boy.
I went on a few dates a few years ago with a black woman, and I chose a restaurant for us to meet up at. And I had looked up this restaurant. I didn't research it too thoroughly.
Oh, gosh. Was this local?
It was local.
Okay.
And you guys do you know Haberdish?
Yeah.
I've heard of that place, yeah.
Okay. So have y'all been there?
Yeah. I haven't been there.
Yeah, I've been there a few times.
So it's like fancy, it's fancy soul food. Look at the menu.
I just said I've been there a few times. I don't know if I would.
100%. Well, I don't know if they changed.
That's not a place where I would worry about bringing a.
Okay,
but let me tell.
Okay.
It was to the point. I got there first, and I looked at the menu and I was like, "Fuck," because I don't know what
you're doing
is no I don't know what you're like it would, but I'll say this: when she got there I was like, hey, I got a level with you. I didn't know it was going to be this, and she looked at the menu and started laughing.
Okay.
It was not okay. It was clear. I don't know if they changed their menu or whatever.
Hold on Now we gotta figure out the distinction between whether this was just a Southern food restaurant or a soul food restaurant. So, Jonathan, I need you to kind of walk us through how they describe their foods.
I don't remember that.
I'm gonna pull up the menu.
Were they describing the foods as crispy seasoning with a dash of this and that, or was it more of, man, Grandma really stuck her foot in this one?
It was absolutely not that. I will say this:
all your children are gonna love this.
All she had to do was look at the menu and started laughing. You know what I'm saying? There was
Jonathan, just roll with us, man. Come on,
man.
Oh man,
that's funny, dude.
No, I'm the guy who's the problem on the podcast. Don't you remember?
We're aware.
Yeah, that was the perfect opportunity for you to be problematic. I was teeing it up. Grandma stuck her foot in this one. You didn't have come on, give me a black colloquialism. I know you know him.
I don't have
one.
You
have one.
I don't have one for that.
Okay.
I mean, I
Jason?
guess you could. I don't know. I mean, to me, it just. I don't think this, but so featured items: fried chicken tenders, mac and cheese, collard greens. Snacks are hush puppies, fried green tomatoes, PB&J bacon plate, pickles, shrimp and greens, smoked deviled eggs, tomato pie, trout dip.
But how it's you got to read the descriptions.
Yeah.
That's where it's at. There's
fried chicken tenders.
Also, collard greens is pretty specific.
Brined.
Collard
Greens you don't really see.
I will give you that one.
You know, like that. I think that was the one
I'm
that
a little
like
on the fence with that, but yeah.
I mean, where have you seen collard greens? That's not, you know, like.
I mean, I have, but I am with you.
Yeah,
that is one that would like pique my interest.
And it's not like it's not like they had like other, like that was the only like vegetable on the thing.
Oh, that was the only vegetable?
Yeah.
All right. Nah, I'm down with Jonathan.
Yeah.
All right, never mind.
And it was like at the top of the thing. Like,
okay, all right, okay. I see.
Ribs half, ribs whole, miso pork belly, cast iron North Carolina trout. Sides braised local cabbage, collard greens, crispy Brussels sprouts, dill green beans, leafy green salad, mac and cheese, snowflake biscuits. That's pretty white. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I guess I get it a little bit, but I wouldn't be like, I wouldn't have been weird about it. Even if I read the menu, I would have been like,
I felt super duper weird about it. She was fine. It was a non-issue, but.
Was there another date after this? All right.
There wasn't, but that was more of my decision.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
See, I missed it because I just learned sad about
stuff got weird between us real fast.
Wait, is that the one that like blew you up on social media, or is this another one?
No. That was what even happened with that? I don't even remember. She blew me off for sure. Man. That was not that one, but she was weird.
Okay.
The person we're talking about, the one who I'm talking about was not weird. It was just like, it was like we're getting real serious real fast. It was that, and I was like, we're 2 dates in. What are we doing? Like,
is that like one of your worst?
Like talking about plans. You know, I was just like, hold
we're
the
talking
phone.
about plans?
Okay, all right, hold
plans.
on.
We're talking about plans.
Now we're getting interesting. Okay, how was she around your age? Was she maybe a little bit older than you?
Few years older, but not.
She was
not
a few
much.
years older.
Not much older, but a little bit.
That kind of.
It wasn't. I'll put it this. I'm not criticizing, but it was too fast for my blood.
All right.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's fair.
You know, it to the point where I kind of got panicky. I was like, oh, maybe not.
What was it? Do you think that was because you didn't see a future, or because it felt clingy?
It's just I can't go at a breakneck speed like that. I just can't do it. So I think yes. To your question, I think
whether or not it had legs,
I think that showed me that it didn't have a future. You see what I'm saying? Like, I can do a future, but I need some fucking breathing room. Like,
right, yeah.
I need to go slow if it's going to be something real.
I had been a mommy chula.
We both had one. See jokes, Jonathan.
I don't like it.
You just
Okay.
No, you don't.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna get something out of this. All right.
Mommy chulas.
Would you take a person of an ethnic group to a restaurant? Nah, this ain't gonna be funny. Never mind. That's not gonna work. All right. You know what? Y'all just want to take a break.
Let's take a break.
All right, everybody. We're gonna be back with more zoning out. I'm gonna try to figure out another topic or something when we come back. But catch us after a break. Thank you, everybody. Welcome back.
Oof, that was hot. That was good. You came back in hot. I like it.
We need the energy.
Yeah, we do.
We need the energy. We're back with zoning out. Back from the break.
Yeah.
And off air, we were talking about houses on the lake.
Yeah,
because they look nice.
They look nice. They look real nice.
It's a live house.
It is. So I got a bunch of family in town, and one of the things we wanted to do, my folks are getting a little up in age, so they getting down to the beach was something this year in particular. We're like, maybe not. Let's just do stuff around here and around Charlotte. So everybody's coming here. One of the things
escape room.
No escape room this year. Yeah. I mean, maybe actually we might. There's one where it's a ticking bomb, and you have to like solve it before the bomb goes off. But anyway, so we rented a couple pontoon boats and we were up, touring around Lake Norman, which is just so beautiful, especially today. It was 95, 96 degrees. And you didn't feel it, man. You were in and out of the water. We went to a couple like little islands, Governor Island. You guys heard about this?
I have heard Governor Island.
Yeah, it was really fun, man. It was like,
what's that?
Just an island. I don't know why they call it that, but it's you can
shit
essentially
on it? Like
no.
The governor?
Yeah, there's one governor who lives there. Yeah, he's a Republican. It's just one island with trees, but it's got a nice sand barge up to it, so you can drive your boat right up to it. Yeah, throw the anchor and you're there. And anyway, so driving around, there was a lot of, the game of, oh my gosh, look at that house. That's beautiful. How much do you think that is?
Right.
What would you do if you had a house like that?
I like just looking at houses like that.
Yeah, it's nice, right?
It's a fun thing.
Yeah.
Some of them look ridiculous. Some of them are just like, why?
McMansion style?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, McMansion, like, there's just bad architecture. Like, for something that big, you would think you would pay for
what's super a bummer is seeing houses that are in the middle of being built, like when they're massive houses that are in the, and you're like, that's already so ugly.
It's gonna be bad.
I see those all the time where I'm like, dog, you have so much money. What are you doing?
Yeah,
you can't certain
who drew that
you
up?
Can't buy taste, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's it. And then you go by a couple that are like, Spanish villas, and they got like the roofs or the curved. I don't know what
I don't know what it's called.
What
either,
it is, but it's like beautiful, right? And then we saw this one; it was so nice. And as we were going around the point there, it was the guest house.
Oh my god!
We were just like, oh man, I would want that. So
that
we got around, we were like,
offensive.
oh my god,
that is offensive.
That just like
I don't
some
appreciate
people's
that.
eyes are bigger than their stomachs, but but it was like gorgeous. It was so tastefully done or whatever. And then you get around the next corner, and it's this awful gaudy looking,
Oh, so wait, so the guest house was beautiful, but the main house to that guest house was ugly?
No, it was gorgeous. But you get to it like, 2 houses down,
gotcha,
and you're oh, these poor people have to look at this shit show.
It seems like a lot of new money on Lake Norman. Like,
no, I actually don't. I don't think that's the case.
You
at
had
all.
the complete opposite.
Yeah, I think most people who have property there is old money. I think it's very, very few people who.
I mean, though, old money doesn't live in corny shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't.
Yeah, but the number of houses up there is astronomical. I mean, it's
so you're saying most of them
like
do look like old
or something.
You're saying most of them do look stately and old.
I think most of them on average are better.
Yeah.
There's a lot still being built, so there's obviously
because you're old. Like old money doesn't live in McMansions. They just don't.
Yeah.
Sure, I totally agree. And honestly, some of my favorite houses were a little smaller, had a little smaller footprint, but they were still nice.
Yeah,
you could tell they had been there a little bit longer. Like I mean, I don't know.
My like dream house would be probably like a bungalow, like just a really nice bungalow.
Yep.
Like I don't want a massive house.
There's so many in like Beverly Hills on the cliffs. Like a lot of those bungalows are kind of amazing.
Yeah,
those are kind of gorgeous. But they exist on Lake Norman too. Like they're there. And then some of them are like this one was like 3 stories square, all glass. Totally like it was
I kind of like that too. I like that.
It
weird
was interesting.
Shit.
It was kind of weird, yeah. But
modernist.
The modern stuff never has good. That never has a good sort of footprint in the lawn area, like the stuff around it. They never know what to do with that.
Yeah. If you can't make it look natural, then it's terrible.
Right.
Like those like a really cool modernist, clean lines, sort of like minimalist house looks real dumb in the wrong spot.
Yeah. I totally agree. Yeah. But it's just fun to play the game of like, what would you do? Which one would you want? What would you do with a house? Do you want a house that's that big? Like, I mean, Jordan, right now, you snap your fingers and you're like, you're going to build a house in Lake Norman. What is it? Or you're going to buy one? Or you're going to move in one? You got a style in mind? Like,
can I like just take your house?
Yeah.
And move it to Lake Norman?
Yeah.
Because this is a good size.
I love this house.
I would take this one. Yeah.
I got a couple things I would want to change here, but yeah, I'm with you.
I would go with this.
I don't need much more than this.
Yeah.
Maybe a pool in the back.
I would want something that feels like lake. You know what I mean? If I and to me, I love this house, but it just doesn't feel like lake to me. You know what I mean?
It's got a little bit of the bungalow feel, though. Actually.
Yeah, but I even the bungalow thing, I don't think that I put that at the lake. If I'm at Lake Norman, something a little more like maybe something a little on the slightly bigger side that just feels more.
A little more substantial.
A little more lake to me. I don't know. I don't know how else to say it. Like there's and something with like a nice big porch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dock with a nice and all that stuff. I want it to look like it goes there.
Yeah,
because that's one of the ugliest things that a house can be is just out of place.
Yeah, sure.
Even if it's a nice place, it just looks fucking dumb if it's in the wrong place.
You're not wrong. I did hear that Blake Lively and
Ryan
Reynolds, I think, were buying up there. Actually, this was on the conversations today. Someone read it. It was something, and I don't know where they saw this, but it was like they're moving here or they already live here or something, but they needed a nanny.
Okay.
And this is true. The nanny they needed was $300,000 a year.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. It's amazing.
One of my nieces put in to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I considered it. It's like, what? Why not?
Yeah, if it wasn't absolutely not something that anyone would want to do, I would absolutely do it. There's no way they'd be like, you're freaking weird. No, we're not doing that. But if they would hire me, I'm good. I'm great with kids.
Yeah.
I have one.
Nuts. Yeah. I also would buy a pontoon boat. If you guys could snap your fingers, what kind of boat would you buy right now?
Ooh, that's a good question.
And I'll you know what? I'll jump in first. Because I'll say that you guys know I got a big family, right? We had to get 2 pontoon boats for our family. Like we couldn't just get one, right? So that to me is like the dream for me for like success would be enough money to rent a lake house or rent a beach house for my family for the week.
Okay.
I would like to have that kind of money.
Yeah.
Right?
I like
it's
that. It's
not crazy. I mean, what is it? 10 grand? Something like that
for a week, yeah,
something like that to be,
idea.
Myrtle Beach, Cherry
Grove. It's so far outside of my frame of reference in my life that I couldn't even begin to tell you.
We go, but it's like 30 of us throw in.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like so we get, I would just like to be able to do that. For me, getting a lake house.
Yeah, that's a good measure. I like that.
Getting a lake house to me would be like, can I get it one with 6-8 rooms? Mm-hmm. I know that sounds like a lot, but like 6 places where people could put beds. Like my like nephew and my niece, they don't need a bedroom. We'll just get them a blow up mattress, but a place big enough that where it's not crazy. That's my degree of financial success to do that.
I think the reason instinctually that I was thinking I would want bigger at a lake is because any place like that, I don't think I'm going to want to go there without a bunch of people.
Yeah, sure.
Very much. I'm not like, I'm going to go to the lake this weekend by myself. Like, maybe.
I don't know. I feel like that'd be very tranquil.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, maybe I'll do that. But at any place where it's like a destination, like there's shit to do. We can go. There's water or there's mountains or whatever. I want to be able to have people there.
You also need friends, though, and
that is a problem.
So what are you going to do about that?
I mean, I don't know. If I have that kind of money, I can probably hire some people to be convincing that they like me.
Jonathan, give me the 5 people that you're bringing.
Who are you bringing?
Jesus Christ!
You got answer correctly.
I don't fucking know.
You have 2 brothers, man.
Okay, my 2 brothers.
No, let's make this fun.
Definitely not y'all.
You can pick anybody. We'll make this fun.
Okay.
I mean, you
Frank
already
Ocean.
got a lake on the
Frank Ocean.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Is he fun on a lake?
I don't
He's probably
think
a bummer.
Yeah, I don't think he is.
But we'll have deep conversations.
Oh, you sound like a great time. Beach,
you just made me think of another question, but go ahead. Keep going.
Well, I mean, you know where I'm going to go after that.
Okay, yeah.
It's Kendrick. It's Kendrick. It's SZA. It's Casey Musgraves.
Okay.
And Nora and me.
You gonna bring Nora to that party?
Hell yeah. Maybe not, actually. Yeah,
all right. So is something good catering this party, or you?
Yeah, it's a really.
I'm going to be taking advice from my guests. Is what I'm going to be
doing. All right. So follow-up question. Jason, I don't know if you know this, but Frank Ocean is gay, right?
I heard about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Jonathan, You and Frank Ocean, y'all just hanging out.
Yeah.
All right.
On a rowboat, or are they just at the house?
They're at the lake house.
That has talented Mr. Ripley on a rowboat.
Y'all been having deep conversations throughout the day. You know what I mean? And it's late
heavy.
at this point.
It's
Y'all
heavy.
been
It's
kicking it. You know, Frank has like the LA drugs. So whatever y'all are.
Designer drugs.
Those are probably going to be
drugs.
some white Ferrari. Yeah, that's going to be sick.
Kendrick is a family man, so he already went back home.
Yeah,
Sis is gone.
and he's notably sober.
Yes.
Known.
Yes. Casey might be hanging out somewhere. Who knows?
Casey will do drugs.
Okay, so it's you, Frank Ocean,
Whoa.
and Casey
And
Musgrave.
Things got real interesting.
She's playing guitar for you guys in the distance down by the dock.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. There you
And
go.
It's just the music's just wafting up.
She's far away.
She's far away. You guys are talking all lovingly.
I'd be like, can we get Casey over here?
Where's SZA?
So what you're trying to
SZA,
ask is would I fuck Frank Ocean or be fucked by Frank Ocean?
That was a little more vulgar than I was going.
that's
I
good
was
enough.
going to say, do you think Frank Ocean tries to pull a move on you?
Oh, do you think he does? No, I don't think so.
You don't think Frank Ocean would try
No,
that?
I don't think so.
Why?
Interesting.
I just don't
You're a
think.
handsome guy, Jonathan.
But I don't. No, it's not a self-esteem
think-
thing.
I
I'm
think you're a good
worthy.
person.
I am
Okay.
worthy
It's about time.
of Frank Ocean.
It's about time to hear you say something like that.
But I
about
don't
you and
think
Frank.
I don't think that would be what would happen. He doesn't seem like he doesn't seem like a
He doesn't like white guys?
fuck it, let's do this kind of guy.
I refuse to believe that.
Yeah, no, he loves everybody is my guess. But
I don't think there's a black guy in I might get in trouble for saying this. I don't think there's a black gay guy in LA that doesn't like white guys. Prove me wrong.
I have no thoughts whatsoever to express on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna let that sit there too.
But no, I don't think he does. I don't think he does. I don't think
Okay.
that's what happens then.
And is Casey just waiting for her?
Now Casey,
moment?
I'm gonna be trying to talk to Casey maybe, but no.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, fine. Let's step up the stakes a little bit. If you knew you could get a song out of it,
What do you mean get a song?
like Frank
from-
Ocean's going,
gonna
like,
write
it's going to be like Thinking About You Part 2 or something like that.
Well, it's gonna have to be a better
JW.
song than that. It's like his worst song.
Okay, I'm not going.
It's
to
one of
debate
his
you with
worst
this.
songs.
That's a great song.
It's a good song.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
All his
Jonathan.
songs are
Just there's a song that will be about you. And again, y'all don't necessarily go all the way.
Just like some light kissing.
Maybe not even that. Would you?
Just a cuddle.
Would you like lean
I'd
into
cuddle. I'd cuddle with Frank.
Okay.
This is the weirdest podcast we've ever done.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right.
You had some more
Pretty.
thoughts.
No, I
you
was
had some
just-
more parameters.
Nah, that was it actually.
I'm trying to think of what the song would be because I don't know how much that matters. You know what I mean? I love his music. I don't know if I need his music to be about me. It might be. That might be cool.
It's a really
That
fun idea.
might be cool.
No,
a really fun thought,
It
actually.
would be a very
Would
cool.
you want a song written about you?
But
I
like,
don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know. Yeah, I probably would want that.
I definitely would. Are you crazy?
I don't know.
What if it could it be anything? Or I mean, he doesn't really do Taylor
If
Swift
it's
style.
about me, it could be No Scrubs.
All right, that answers my question. Yeah. Okay.
No, you're right.
You've
I
laid it
remember
out.
Bruce on stage talking about how awesome it was that Biggie put him in that song.
Yeah.
In is it Juicy? I'm sorry.
Although I would not want. I would not
I know
want.
he's in Lil Jon, the East Side Boy song.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
not
He's
want
in-
an
he's
Andrew
in the-
Schultz
he's in- I
style
think it's
shout
called
out. I would
Juicy
not
Leg.
want that.
Okay.
I would not want an Andrew Schultz style shout out like Kendrick. Like,
Yeah.
that's not worth it.
Yeah.
I don't want that
It'd be fun
shout
to
out.
be yeah, it'd be fun to be I'd love it if Eminem roasted me.
So
I think
what?
that'd be
All right, what
badass.
is Frank's song about? Is it about how he wishes I would be with him, or is it about? What's
could
it
be
about? This matters.
But here's the thing. It's not just, to your point, it's not like just a line about you. Like
Yeah,
the song.
The song is about
you.
No, I got it.
So it could be good or bad, but it's a full.
Is it necessarily
fleshed out-
like a love song? Is it like?
It's not necessarily a love song.
Yeah. Okay. And what do I have to do for this to happen?
Whatever you think will get the song. All right, it doesn't necessarily have to be like sleep. It doesn't necessarily have to be cuddling or anything.
I'm gonna need a guarantee.
Yeah.
up front.
Oh boy,
I'm gonna need to have real strong.
you guys hear
like,
that?
I'm
That's
getting
a
a
squeak
song
from a slippery slope right there.
I'm getting a. I'm gonna need
Sneakers
I'm
slipping
gonna
on
need
a
to know.
slippery slope.
I'm gonna
right
need to
there.
know. I need to know up front that there's a real good chance I'm getting a song out of this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna need some guarantees.
No. I don't want it. And I want to like have a sense of it because I don't want this to be I don't want this to be a transaction. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I want this to be. I would only want this song if we had a genuine like connection, like just between two people, not sexual necessarily. It could have like a sort of sexual undertone.
That's fine.
What question am I answering?
With all those parameters, I think I want to hang out with.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yes.
There had to have been some type of connection. It wasn't necessarily.
No, if I was going to, let me be clear. If I was going to actually, in this crazy scenario, actually like hang out one-on-one chill time with Frank, I would hope that it would get like not necessarily sexual, but like it would get like, I would want to talk deeply, you know?
Yeah.
I would want to. I feel like that would kind of be the point of hanging out with him.
Yeah.
Because that's a complex man.
And that would go to like anybody, right? Like you meet
Yeah.
Bill Burr.
Right.
And you
Sure.
want to like
I would
talk
love if
comedy
Bill
and,
Burr
like,
wrote a song about me.
a love song about you. Yeah. All right. Just like anybody. Yeah. A musician. That'd be kind of badass.
Yeah.
I still have minor reservations about it. My first, would be like, I think, but maybe not. But yeah, it'd be kind of cool.
I do not want to have sex with him. I don't want to do that because I don't.
Okay.
It's just not something I'm interested
You're such
in doing.
a prude.
I know.
Just do them.
Well,
Just
I mean,
do 'em,
well,
dude.
listen.
Why are you pulling back?
I mean, if we're in that situation, I don't know what I'm going to think.
Yeah.
I do.
Going into it, I'm not. That's not something I want. Do I find out something about myself that day? I don't know. That's possible.
We all know you do. We all. Stop pretending. You know you will.
Jonathan,
she's going to listen to this.
How bad do you?
Good for you. I'm proud of all of this. Of you.
How bad do you want your own walkout song? Like imagine
Oh,
you got a big step up.
shit.
You get your own like.
Well, it's not going to be a Frank song. I'll tell you that because
Why not?
Because he
What?
doesn't do songs that are appropriate for walkouts.
Maybe you
If
made him
your
feel that
name's
way.
in it-
Oh, I push him into my. I inspire him to give us something that's squabble up level.
Yeah, because here's
energy.
the thing: you made a connection. It's not necessarily a positive one.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe he does come aggressive at you.
I want it to be I want it to be. I don't want a diss.
Man,
That would break my heart. Are you kidding?
okay.
No, it wouldn't. It'd
Yeah,
be
it
amazing.
would break my
That
heart.
would be a career for you if you got a diss.
A
track
diss from Frank Ocean
Yeah.
would break my heart.
You'd be like, everybody knows me. Frank hates me. I'm that guy.
Does he name my name in it?
Yeah.
Everyone knows me.
You would get. It would be like what's her name?
I've been thinking about Jonathan Williams.
Oh my God, my
Mr. Williams comedy.
You know what? If my handle was in it, yeah.
it'd be like Taylor Swift like roasting you, right, on one of her love songs. That'd be amazing.
That's probably
Yeah, but
somewhere, right?
okay, but Taylor Swift is not important to me.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
like,
but that's
the
still
idea,
significant.
No, the idea of Frank Ocean not liking me makes that would be so sad to me.
that's so dumb.
Okay,
Why is that important?
because I don't want people that I like am a huge fan of to dislike me. I don't want that. That sucks.
I'm. It's more about like just I don't want like most people to not like me, but the idea of that one specific person be like, you don't have like a fuck you in you to that person.
It'd be funny if it was like Taylor Swift, someone I don't care about.
Interesting. You don't even know this guy. But what if you don't like him if you met him?
That's a great
That would
question.
be also be a huge bummer.
Yeah, don't meet your heroes, man.
Yeah.
I
that's true.
know, but in this
Just
fucking
saying.
scenario, you know what? Actually, yeah, I don't invite any of them because any of them.
I think one of the coolest scenarios.
You
would
guys
be,
can just fucking come to the lake.
would be-
It's fine. Let's just go.
I
to
think
the
one of
lake.
the cool things would be meeting heroes or meeting people that you have admired for a long time, getting to work with them, and then be cool when you then become friends.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
That would be amazing. Yeah.
I would also
but
like
if they're
if-
shitty, then they're shitty, and you're like, fuck that guy. Or
I know
or
that would
whatever.
bum me out, and it would put a damper on my enjoyment of their art. It would. It absolutely. I'm not saying that it like should, but it for me, knowing myself, it absolutely would.
That's yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I
get
get
that.
it. Yeah, I get it too. I guess that's fine. I'm trying to think of who, because I've met some people. I'm trying to think of who's been like shitty, but yeah. I also
like if Kendrick
I struggle
Lamar
with this a
hated
little
me,
bit though.
that would make
I
me
can separate
so
the
sad.
artist from the art.
You are a white comedian that was talking about black women.
That's true. That's true.
Happened in this podcast.
That's true. Damn it.
We've talked about this. You guys can separate the artist.
Well, you're
from
the one
art.
letting
I did.
me.
I let you. Yeah, I messed up. I was hoping we weren't going to go there. Yeah, I messed up.
The song you're being dissed.
But yes, to answer your question, you can separate the art from the artist, but also that's still. I hear what Jonathan is saying. That does kind of affect. I guess to give you an example, I've worked with a comedian before that I felt like was a real jerk.
Yeah.
Right. And I can still acknowledge that this person is very talented, but there's nothing in me. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I want to see them do bad, but there's nothing in me that's like happy for their success.
Yeah, sure. Okay,
Right.
that's
Exactly. And I'm the first to admit that like my music fanhood is a little intense. You know, like I mean, I know, and I'm understating that obviously, but that's why. Like,
if people weren't watching, I did a very slow,
just like a
nod.
and because of that, because it's like so, like visceral, it really would make me super sad if they didn't like me.
Yeah,
that would suck a lot.
No, I get it. Yeah, we've talked about this. Louis C.K.
What about him?
Louis, I have loved his comedy for a long time.
Yeah.
And then he went real shitty.
Oh, right. Yeah. He was like my favorite
it does
comic.
definitely like dampen his material now. Yeah. But anyway, all right, that's fair.
If Patton
That's
Oswalt
fair.
didn't like me, God, that would bum me out big time too. He seems like such a just like kind, like big-hearted guy. If he
Yeah.
was like, "Fuck Jonathan Williams," that guy sucks.
Is there? All right, this is a loaded question because it's like here's someone that I would love to meet and love to be friends with and hang out with and work with. Is Martin Short.
Okay.
I've read his book. I've watched a lot of his more modern shit or whatever. But you're right. If I met
that would
Martin
bum
Short
you out
and
so
he was
bad.
like, "Who's this kid? He sucks."
Guy
or
fucking
whatever.
sucks.
Yeah, it would absolutely bum me out because everyone loves him. He loves everybody as far as we know. And apparently, like when he and Steve, people are afraid of Steve Martin because he's kind of quiet, and everybody loves Martin Short.
Like,
That guy's so great.
if I read in an article or I was told in person by that if SZA was like, I hate fill in the blank, I'd be like, fuck that person. You know what I mean? Like, and then to think about other people, if I was the one that one of them hated, and then other fans hearing them be like, fuck Jonathan Williams, they will all hate me too. You know, I don't want that. That sucks.
Okay. Okay.
Can't be the heel?
And I don't think that
You can't be the
translates.
heel.
I was about to say being a heel is fun.
In that
heel can be
in that situation, absolutely not. I can be if it's someone I don't. If fucking whoever the guy from Imagine Dragons is, if he hated me, that'd be fine. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Then you got to Ted Lasso them, be like, yeah, SZA's amazing. I love SZA. She doesn't hate me. I don't give a shit. She's fucking great at what she does.
There's something to
High
be
road.
said for that.
Boom. High road.
There's something to be said for that, but also no, I don't want to do that.
I've heard it said once before.
God, what's the line? There's a lot of stuff in Kendrick's music about don't try and be friends with me.
Oh yeah,
when I don't like you, like there's a there's like no, that's what I'm saying. No, he's no. Specifically, people who I don't like, you can't make peace with me. That's you know what I mean.
Theme,
like the high road thing.
Well,
it was not about making peace.
It's not about making peace. It's
like
exactly
I've heard
not
someone
about
say
making
before
peace.
that I think was well put. How you feel about me doesn't dictate how I feel about you.
Okay, y'all are stronger than I am.
correct.
I guess that's fine. Like
just in this instance, in this example, like it is a very powerful
I
place
get what you're saying, but
Yeah.
like, I don't think I could. That would be really hard for me.
You
with
guys,
those
see,
people.
you guys
totally
saw,
good.
you guys see Adaptation? You guys know the movie Adaptation?
I've not seen that.
It's so good. My favorite part, wow, I'm in the end is literally part of the movie. Anyway, at the end, the twins are talking to each other, and the one twin,
The twin Nick Cages.
yeah, they're talking to each other, and one's like, "Oh man, I don't remember the woman's name that he's referring to in high school. Oh, I loved Penny Benjamin. Penny Benjamin, she was amazing. I loved her so much." And the brother's like, "You idiot! She hated you. She used to make fun of you behind your back." And the other brother who loved her was just kind of like, "That's none of my business." How she felt about me means nothing to me, especially now.
I get that. I could
That's
do
powerful, man.
I could probably do that with some people, but like,
But not Frank Ocean.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it.
Probably not.
Yeah.
That'd be great. If I could do that, awesome. I doubt it though. I find that highly unlikely. And it's somebody with clout, like they could publicly ruin me.
Depending on who it is possible.
Yeah, I mean,
that would just be a huge bummer.
There's not much to ruin of us right now, but I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like it's just
right, but ruin potential.
Sure.
That would suck.
In this scenario where you and Frank don't do it, and he's upset at you about it and tries to ruin your name, you're right.
If he was like, I'm going. If he was like, I'm going to spread.
Whoa.
I'm gonna. Well,
oh my God.
Yeah. Pause.
Jeez.
I felt it as soon as I said it.
I'm glad it's the first time Jason got it right. It's the first time you did that correctly.
If he was like, I'm going to spread terrible, terrible rumors about you or whatever, if you don't.
First off, we shouldn't laugh at that.
That's assault.
That's
we're
not
just
funny.
talking about, essentially it's sexual assault. But go on.
No, I'm done.
Okay, all right, fine.
And that's what Frank Ocean would say. You're done. You're done in this business. You'll never work here again.
We would start an anti-Frank Ocean campaign.
Yeah, we would.
We got your back, Jonathan.
I would not want you to do that because
if he did something that heinous, I think.
No, I would be. I
out.
would just be sad. I would just be sad.
Yeah.
It would just make me sad. Okay. That's all it would do.
This all makes me sad.
Yeah, I was about to say, let's change the topic.
You want me to answer shit or not?
Okay. How was everybody's Juneteenth?
That's a good question. How was our
good.
Juneteenth?
It was whiter than I would have liked.
And I worked on Juneteenth too.
Yeah.
Good. Y'all should work on Juneteenth.
Yeah, that's true. That's one way to look at it.
We just wanted to.
No, it was good. I headlined
Something good?
It was something good.
Dude, I got to get you guys on that show. I got to
Please do.
Yeah.
It was at Goodnights, and it was me and Jason and this guy Jerry.
Shout out to Jerry. I know Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry's awesome. And
or Gary, depends on how
it's Jerry. You said Gary on mic, but speaking of on mic, but it was good, and I did bring it up. I did make a point. I said, thank you guys all for coming out to my all-white Juneteenth special. And it took care of it, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Got a couple laughs.
Yeah.
But that was a great show.
It was a great show.
That was a lot of fun. It was really great, actually.
It was really great.
Yeah.
If I could get half of that audience and energy on the show I'm doing on July 10th at Goodnights at 861 Room, it would be a huge success.
I watched back through the tape, and I'm like, yeah, this is the tape I send people.
Yeah.
Like,
good,
it's pretty, like, it's very few moments didn't go well.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
Nice.
For all three of us.
Yeah, it was a very live crowd. They were all into it. It was the right sort of mix of people. When I say mix of people, I mean like laughs and energy, and where they were literally sitting, and like where you were getting energy from.
I had some friends there who were great laughers.
Yes, they were. Yep. I didn't even know it was them until later.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
They were there to have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. I'm using shit from it.
Yeah, I'm really.
Sure.
I was very pleased with how it went.
Yeah,
awesome. Congrats, man.
Yeah, good work, dude. That's two headlining sort of moments in a row that are successful.
Yeah. Yes, I'm trying to make it more.
Yeah, that's the grind. We're all just trying to increase them.
What about you? How was your Juneteenth?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I was on a black show.
Nice.
At Bizarre Video.
That's right. We call them black shows.
That's right. Not urban.
I call them black shows.
We should say urban.
Yeah, Jonathan says urban.
Yeah, that's famously.
But no, it was great. There was this guy named Tevin Scott. Shout out to Tevin. He put this. He calls it his one-of-one exhibit, and so it's stand-up comedy. It's film. It is art. Like, this guy paints. He's an actor.
Oh, wow.
He did some stand-up. Like, This guy is so multifaceted talent.
Wow.
He really is. And it was one of the most inspiring shows.
No shit.
I've ever been. Maybe
we talked about this.
One of the most inspiring shows I've ever been a part of, because this guy is also a what do you call it, screenwriter, script writer, whatever.
Screenwriter, sure.
He tells the story early on in the exhibit show, whatever, of how he moved to LA. And it's the classic story you hear of, like, he didn't have any money when he moved after graduating from Morehouse. His girlfriend picks him up off the plane. She says she's pregnant. It's like the whole thing you can think of.
Okay.
But he like hustles, and he ends up selling his script to a show that he actually played at the exhibit for $150,000. And if you're at the exhibit, the script was actually off to the side.
Nice.
Unfortunately, the script was bought by Quibi.
Oh no.
I don't know what that means.
Quibi was an app that specialized in only short form content. It was like before TikTok. You may vaguely remember that. And their whole thing was, we are only producing vertical short form content. It was meant to be watched on your phone. Before TikTok and like Instagram Reels and like all that became commonplace, they were like going to be the pioneers of that. And then the pandemic happened and like shut that down.
Dude,
like,
it's exactly like instead of Zoom, it used to be
Skype.
Skype. Yeah, like Skype totally missed the boat. Like they should have been it. Now everybody Zooms. Nobody Skypes shit. But anyway, go
so
ahead.
I mean, it's not quite like that, because Quibi was out before all that. It's just that I think the pandemic really like hurt their finances. They couldn't really film stuff.
They didn't find something else. They just couldn't keep afloat.
They couldn't keep afloat.
I got it. Sorry,
they kind of went from like launching to crashing and like spent like 6 months. It was a very fast like rise and fall. And you know, the check didn't clear for him before that happened.
Oh no!
So he never got paid for it.
Oh, dude.
That's
and
Oof.
there is something in, I think obviously we can all relate to it, not to that level, but we can all relate to like just being that close to making it, really.
Yeah, man, that's
and just losing it.
Is he still chopping it? He's still trying to get it.
Yes,
out there?
and to keep going anyway, to produce your exhibit and like keep funding projects anyway, keep creating anyway. Man, like seeing that really kind of put things in perspective of me of like, come on, what could I possibly complain about? I've never felt losing the opportunity to that magnitude.
Yeah, right.
You had the cash almost in your hand.
Oof, man.
And lost it. And like what he showed us, because he recorded like a pilot episode, it was like executive produced by Issa Rae, because he worked on Insecure, so he had that connection. Like he was this close to making it. And
wow.
Yeah,
man. I mean, that's the dream. I mean, that's my dream.
Yeah.
What you're talking about is exactly my dream. It's stand up. Don't get me wrong, but stand up has been a roundabout way, because that's what I've been trying to do for a long time. And Jonathan and I, we're kind of in the middle of some shit too right now, where it's like the idea of, you know, getting something produced
in somebody's inbox,
or having somebody just buy it for that kind of money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be wild.
Dude, like it'd be wild to the idea of like, just obviously my goal is always I want a show that's created by Jason Allen King.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
Oh, cool. So now we know I'm not getting
it can also have your name.
Well, we
or
talked
someone
pretty extensively about this.
That is the goal, but you know, you do everything you can to make that happen. This idea that he had something that was like that close, and man,
it's brutal.
That's hard to come back from, I'm sure. And that's probably what you're saying the whole thing was about. Don't give up. Like just.
Well, no, I don't even think that was the theme, but that was just something I took away from it.
Oh, really?
That was great for me to see. Like I was glad I was there. And granted, I got to perform, and like that was all cool too. But like just for me to be able to see that, and just see all of his art on display, because again, he does so many things so well. Like that's just somebody that like I'll look at and say like, oh, he's going to make it.
Yeah,
I don't know where it's going to happen, but I really believe he's going to figure out something. Because technically he did.
Sure.
And so I don't know. I think it's going to work out.
That's kind of amazing. Yeah. My fear is, and this is going to be real shitty right now, is there's no guarantees.
Well, yeah.
That's
right.
the shittiest thing about it all is that we don't. It's not. I used to think it was a meritocracy. I used to feel like Steve Martin saying, "Be so good they can't ignore you." I'm not 100% sure that's still the same.
That was also
dynamic.
before everybody had a platform.
It's right.
You know, like
the amount of noise.
the amount of noise you have to break through.
Of every art form now is so loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I used to be like an American Idol, be like, how can you compare a comic to a musician, to a juggler, to a dance troupe? And it's like, oh, no.
America's Got Talent. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. What did I say?
American
Idol.
Yeah,
But-
excuse me. America's Got Talent. We're literally doing that right now.
Yeah.
We are competing with all of those people
Yeah.
literally daily
Yep.
on the internets.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. And I was talking about like Paul Platt. It's just like the idea that I could almost stop doing stand-up today and just focus on social media,
Right.
and that be the degree of success that I get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no reason to continue. All these people, they're making all these TikToks and all this other shit, and they're getting to be comics
Right.
Mm-hmm.
without having ever done stand-up.
Right.
I could stop what I'm doing and just focus all my energy on
Right.
that. It's like I'm over here scratching my head going, am I just beating my head against the wall because I love what I'm doing?
The air quotes on that were
I
aggressive.
just love, this is all I've ever wanted to do, but everyone else is getting to do it but me.
Right.
I know that's a really sort of not 100% true statement, but everyone's getting to do it the level that where you can survive and succeed at it, having never
done
it or have the drive to want to do it. It's like it's a lot to swallow.
Pretty annoying.
Yeah, I saw a clip earlier today, actually. And to be fair, when I was reading through the comments, someone said that the clip was edited to make it look worse than it actually was. So we'll take this with a grain of salt.
Sure.
But there's this clip of like Will Smith. He came out with this new song. I'm not really a fan of it. I'll just say that. But he's performing
Not
a
a
song.
fan of a Will Smith song?
This,
That's shocking.
Will Smith, we're not he's in there with Paul Platt, Giraffes.
Yeah.
Will Smith's in there,
Spelunking.
Spelunking. Will Smith can
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Should we
Oh,
solidify
yes.
anti Will Smith?
We're anti Will Smith.
That
on here.
sounds strong. Anti-Will Smith music.
What? Fuck Will Smith.
Anti-Will. Wait, what?
I hate Will Smith.
that thing. I forgot. Okay.
Yeah, fuck Will Smith.
I
That
forgot
guy can
about
eat a
that.
dick. I got no use for him.
Okay.
You don't smack Chris Rock on live TV at the Oscars and get my vote for any of your bullshit after that because of your stupid wife.
Okay.
Sorry. Did I put too fine a point on that?
Okay.
I'm sorry. Fuck that guy.
All right.
Yeah, she sucks as a wife.
I mean, I'm not gonna argue that one.
Yeah.
It's just I didn't expect you to say that. Stupid wife.
Chris Rock is one of my favorite comics. Man.
Oh yeah, same.
And the
Same.
fact that he classed that shit up so good, and meanwhile she's just sitting there doesn't do shit. I'm just sorry. I got no use for them. But anyway,
But there's this clip of him performing this new song like in the streets of London or wherever,
Yeah.
and there's a big crowd like surrounding him. But how the clip looks, no one's really interested in the song. It also doesn't even look like there's like any security around, but no one's really trying to like rush up to him and like talk to him,
wow.
and it gave the appearance of this person who, even today, is still a megastar. No one seems to really like care that much, and it kind of posed the question of like, what is celebrity in 2025?
Sure. Okay. So I'll jump in on something that I keep seeing, and I don't know why this is coming out, but it's like they'll show Zendaya, right? And they'll be like, Zendaya made $20 million on her last movie. Then it'll show a TikTok, Mr. Beast made $100 million yesterday.
Exactly.
Right.
And then like the next one will be, some other actor or actress who's like, they made $42 million last year, and then they show a TikToker, they made $190 million. And in my brain, I look at that and I think, so what you're telling me is these people have talent and are doing everything in their power to be really good at this thing, but these people who are to me doesn't seem like something that they're passionate about. It's just something they happen to have an aptitude for, got lucky or whatever. And they're making a lot more money than these people. To me, it's showing a total problem in the world right now.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, so you guys want 15 seconds of somebody doing something versus someone who's literally, it's an art form that they're dedicating every part of their life to.
Okay. I can't believe I'm taking this stance. Yeah. But yeah, I got to push back on that because if you know anything about Mr. Beast, this guy, he did not get lucky. Like, he is obsessive over YouTube. Yeah. Like, he has like a whole team that's like dedicated to just thumbnails. Like, he might be the
he was
the
probably not
example.
the best example.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, there's like, I mean, even if you give me like an OnlyFans person, there are a lot of those where the part of it too. Be like, oh, this woman is a beautiful woman. They make crazy amount of money. They did this in like a month. You know what I mean? Whatever, made $100 million in a month or whatever. So use them as an example.
Okay. Well, so you can use them as an example, and I just happen to know this. I just want to put that clear. I've never bought an OnlyFans subscription, but I just happen to know this, and we can like look this up to verify. There's only a small percentage that actually makes.
Oh
money.
Yeah, I mean, I believe.
So
that.
I say that to say, even I would say, okay, like the social media influencer group, whether that's OnlyFans, YouTube, whatever. I think it looks a lot easier than it actually is. Like there is a skill there.
Here, I appreciate that, but I would say the idea of someone like an actor, Zendaya, right? Like she's literally dedicated her life to becoming a good actress and has done all the right things, right? She got to the highest part of the mountain and got her hand up there and got struck by lightning, and she gets to be who she is right now.
Sure. Okay.
I'm just saying that. Me personally, I value that more than someone who figured out an algorithm or figured out a thing where I get to go and, you know,
even if they're working hard on it,
even if they're working hard on it, those things aren't. They're not equal. There's not an equal sort of value to those things.
Yeah, I mean, it's all subjective, but I would say on average, I'm gonna probably be more moved by a movie or a show or music or whatever
talent, or a talent.
Than somebody who did something silly, even if they worked hard on it and did well. You know what I mean? Like
someone who does like the there's this one lady who does this guy who's he's Hispanic of some kind. He's hysterical. The guy's very funny. And then there's this lovely woman. She mouths the words. She mimes it. What the fuck am I trying to say? Lip syncs it.
Yeah. Any of those were fine for me.
She's got like hundreds of thousands of followers, and I'm like, okay, I'm like, that's awesome, good for you. I literally enjoy watching it.
You're not mad at the people for it. Like it's like,
make your money,
have your success,
have a good time. But the idea that you're going to compare those two things as if they're equal value is the part where I'm like, well, that's just not true. It's just not. The same way that I would say someone who is a sculptor or a fucking cobbler.
I think,
you know what I mean?
I think
like,
I'm with you mostly on this. Like think of it this way, Jordan, and you still might disagree, but think of it as you're the one. You have all the money.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
You're the one handing out money to whatever.
Yeah.
Are you going to want to give out the same amount of money to, the guy who talks about different kinds of farts or something, and it's really
there's
funny.
There's a girl who farts into a tube.
There you go. Girl who farts into a tube.
She has so many fucking followers.
Okay.
She's making money.
So someone who farts into a tube.
Hysterical.
Let's even So and it is funny. You do laugh. You do get, and you see like, okay, they had to figure out the editing, like all this stuff. And then, what's your favorite movie? Or what's any like
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Fucking The Green Mile. I don't know why I thought of that movie, but
Mile.
Like that, whatever. That and that, I'm giving more money to the movie. If I'm the one handing out the here's how much money you get.
Oh,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
And I'm not basing that on commercial value. I'm basing that on what I value.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I'm giving more money to what I consider to be, again, it's subjective, of course, but what I would consider to be superior art over something that like, oh, you cracked a code and good for you, but like I'm not giving you the same amount of money I'm giving that.
Far more luck.
That's fair.
It's far more luck than Zendaya being successful. What she's doing, it's like the idea of you just are lip syncing or you are doing a dance, and everyone was doing the dance for a while. And you're right. I'm not mad at any of the people for their success
Good for them.
at all. But there does seem to be.
I want to be that. I'm trying to be that.
I want to be that.
We all of us are trying to be that.
But we're doing it with a talent that we
we're doing it because we love doing this other thing and want to make money doing that, or want to be able to fund that, or want none of it. I didn't need I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that your dream is not to break down music videos forever.
That's correct.
Like it's funny and I love that you do it and you have fun doing it, I think, and like, but that's not what you're trying to do.
Yeah,
right.
You're right.
I don't know.
It's I don't know why. I'm not 100% sure why they keep juxtaposing those things in one frame. It's like, I think they're trying to be like, it almost feels like an Instagram ad, but not from Instagram.
I think it's like doom bait. it's like it's a little bit.
Oh, they're riling me up on purpose.
Yeah, kind of. They're getting everybody to be like, well, look how dumb this shit is.
Yeah, right.
I think that's kind of maybe the point a little bit of that kind of stuff.
Maybe that's part of the point, but then the other point is kind of, again, going off of the Will Smith thing. These are the new celebrities. Like, because when I bring up that Will Smith thing, the next point I wanted to bring up is there was a year or so ago, there's a streamer named Kai Cenat. I don't know if y'all have heard of.
I know the name.
Know the name?
No,
He, I think, almost got in legal trouble because he said he was going to be somewhere in New York, and they flooded it. Like, there was so many people showed up. It caused like issues with traffic and all these things. He almost got, or he might have actually gotten in legal trouble with it. And it seemed like it caused way more pandemonium than us seeing megastar Will Smith standing right there.
I agree with you that there is a new form of celebrity that we didn't really know that existed before. Yeah, I think that's totally right. Whether or not that's, I think that's just the truth. I don't know if there's any real opinion about that necessarily, but I will say, and I think this is probably generational, where we all go, well, why are you valuing that when these people have been so good? And even if they're younger people, you know what I mean? I look at Sydney Sweeney and like, how is she not breaking the internet, but some random guy who does something that I don't follow, which doesn't mean it doesn't have value. It just means like it just seems very
a lot
very
of it
odd.
Is probably just us not knowing.
Yeah,
a lot of it, but I don't think all of it is that.
But again, every time I hear about something like that, and then I go look at it.
Right, when it's specific and you have an example.
Yeah, and I can look at it and I go, oh, okay. It's one thing to not understand something. Yeah. But I'm also an intelligent person.
But you understand the fart in the tube.
Yeah, I kind of weirdly understand the fart in the tube lady. Yeah. Because it's that thing where you like, if you do it once and it gets a big hit, you keep doing it. Yeah. She keeps doing it.
Yeah.
And she's making probably a fucking few grand a month doing farting in tubes.
Doing farting in tubes.
Like,
is that what it's called? It should be called doing farting in tubes.
That's the episode title, farting in tubes.
Oh my gosh.
No,
but I'm like, I just can't. I just can't. In my brain, I will never be able to put those people, whether it's fame or not, into any sort of real value of talent and of, the idea of working hard. Like that is what's kind of going away a little bit in that scenario.
Yeah, but I feel like what might be a little, not that you're doing this intentionally, but what might be a little unfair in those comparisons is we're taking, and gosh, for lack of a better term, bottom of the barrel. Social media people that have made it to world class talent or like top tier talent in these more respected art forms.
Sure.
I think a more fair comparison would have been like Pauly Shore, the actor, versus Tube Woman, or like basically the point I'm trying to make.
You might get in trouble for saying that. I don't know if you know how popular Pauly Shore actually really is. Like, it's crazy. I've been to I've toured with him for a minute.
Yeah,
it's insane. He's sold out everywhere. It's crazy.
Yeah, but to me he's just weird. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I'm not entertained. That's me.
So this is great. This is really interesting. You're
Yeah.
right. Because I mean, I'm not going to say anything bad about Pauly, but it's not like his movies are. It's not De Niro and Pacino.
He's not trying to
what I'm
get
saying.
Oscars.
He's not trying to get Oscars.
shooting for that.
That's right. Yeah.
But that's the point I'm making. There are famous actors that aren't good, but they made it.
Sure, you're 100% right.
Are there people that y'all have
It's a
seen
great point,
on
Jordan.
social media who are making things? And I maybe I've seen this, but nothing's occurring to me. Have you seen anything on TikTok, Instagram, whatever, where you're like, that's beautiful?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
There's one woman in particular, and you hear her song all the time, and it's this really lovely French song. So she's a singer, though. So
Well, that's okay. So let me be a little more specific. Something that's not like something else.
That's not a that's not a traditional.
Yeah, something that specifically something that wouldn't make sense outside of it being social media. Like not like someone acted really beautifully in a thing, but it happens to be on TikTok. I'm talking about something that could only really exist on a vertical screen on social media. Have you seen anything like that where you're like, that is, beautiful, that's masterful, that's incredible?
I'm moved. I'm moved. By this.
Or
moved to laughing so hard I'm crying.
Yeah. Moved. It can be moved like emotionally. It can be moved laughing. It can be moved just absolutely blown away. Like anything like that. Yeah. Can you think of anything like that?
Do video essays count?
Sure.
Then yes, 100%. There's this dude that I follow named FD Signifier, and he basically does these long form video essays about a lot of topics, typically related to black culture, right? Like he has like a 3.5 video breaking down the Kendrick and Drake beef.
Yeah.
Right. And he kind of goes through the whole like history of hip hop and how.
So it's academic. It sounds
academic. Yeah, no, this dude has like a master's degree in like all these things.
But I feel like that falls into the category of that's someone who's a trained.
That's kind of a good point. So like, I mean,
okay.
I'm not saying that doesn't count, but that is a little bit apart from what I mean. I'm talking about because that is somebody.
That's someone who's worked very hard at that. Clearly, he's done a lot of homework and like.
Well, okay, you say that, but then Tube Woman. What if you found out she had like a degree with a concentration? With a concentration in marketing, and she's taking like digital marketing classes. She knows how to engage with social.
But I think the difference there is that that we're using her as an example. It's so funny.
I love it
but
so much.
but the difference there is like. And I haven't seen what you're talking about, so you could correct me here. But it sounds like where he has found an audience is on social media and all that. But like what he's doing is essentially writing, like create like academic right. I'm trying to think of TED
Talk. It's a TED Talk.
I'm trying to think of something that doesn't make sense outside of the context of social media.
They haven't earned.
You know what I'm saying?
They haven't earned a degree yet. They haven't earned a status of a painter, writer,
I'm not
sculptor,
even necessarily
actor.
saying that necessarily. I'm saying that they may have that talent, but like they're doing it in a way that like this only makes sense on TikTok. This doesn't make sense on stage. This doesn't make sense on TV. This doesn't make sense. You see what I'm saying? Like something that like
Fart Tube Lady doesn't make sense anywhere.
Right. That would be an example. Yeah. So like
I'm sure she's lovely.
Sure. Or not.
She also falls into like big
we don't know.
But that's what I'm saying, because now that you say that, you don't think she could do a live show?
No, I don't.
Probably not.
Maybe.
But it would have to. But it would have to be adapted into a whole other thing. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I'm not. This is not supposed to be a gotcha. I'm just trying to like. I'm actually trying to think of I'm sure.
Well, let me because I'm with you because I feel like I kind of instigated this anyway. But like, how about this? Like, how about Twitch? Where people are watching each other play games and stuff like that. So these guys, it's not my cousin, my cousin's husband was a huge Twitch guy where he had like millions of followers because he did again, I have talked about it, Rainbow the game.
Rainbow Six.
Okay. People would watch him and he would like be amazing at it and do tournaments and all this kind of shit. And he had millions and millions of followers.
Right.
Like the guy was huge in it. Mm-hmm. So that to me is like,
That's a great example of
that's a murky place.
Do your
to me.
thing. Good for you. Congratulations. I would do it too if I had that skill set.
Yeah.
But I'm not being like, wow.
I want to.
Wow, well, that is masterful art.
Yeah.
Or that really moves me, or that makes me laugh so much, or like that. I'm just kind of like, good for you. Well done.
Yeah, it's an odd.
Holy shit. Tell me how. I'll do it too.
Yeah.
But I'm not like, that's awesome.
Great dude.
You know what I mean?
Great dude. Great dad.
Yeah.
Great family. I like the guy. He's you know what I mean?
I'm impressed by
but
this.
him and like all of that whole world
him.
of Twitch and all that kind of stuff. So, am I saying it right? I don't even
Twitch.
fucking know.
Yes.
Yeah,
right.
I'm just trying to think of. I'm genuinely trying to think of an example of something I've seen on social media that is inherently social media that I've thought that is incredible.
Anyone who dances on that, because again, I'm getting into the value of social media, but anyone who dances on there is a good dancer. I love that shit.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it.
But they're a dancer.
They're dancers, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't
that
count.
makes
It's
sense
like,
outside of the context of.
I don't know.
It could be like sketches, because there are some sketches that I think are really do only make sense on the like. There's this God, I wish I could remember her name. She just makes these sketches where she plays all the characters, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's the closest I can think of. She's done these sketches that make me laugh.
And you
hard.
couldn't do that elsewhere.
And they don't make sense
That's
outside of. It's on TikTok. I'll try and find who it is. I think I've maybe showed her to you at one point. It was a long time ago, but that's the closest I can think of. Is that she makes these really, really, really funny sketches, like but even that, like,
Jordan, you've been quiet for a while. What are your thoughts?
I don't know, man. I just think y'all might be discounting the skill that goes into.
No. I'm not. I'm saying you can work.
Let him finish.
I'm
I
sorry.
think there's more.
Go ahead.
There's more.
No, I think you may be discounting the skill that goes into these things, because even with the guy that Twitch streams, a lot of those streams aren't just somebody playing video games. They're probably like having anecdotes about their life or whatever as they're playing, or they're talking about what's going on in the news or whatever as they're playing, right? There's something about their personality and them that's caused them to gain that million subscriber base. Because if it was really that easy, then I mean anybody playing that game could do it.
Okay,
right?
but I think,
and that is something that would translate to real life, because I mean I remember back in the day you used to have like PlayStation 2 tournaments to play Madden or whatever. So it's not like people wouldn't come watch you play a video game in person.
That's like the opposite of what I was saying. I was saying things. I'm trying to think of things that do only make sense online. And I do want to be clear. I'm not saying these things don't take talent.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they don't take skill. Being an incredible video game player is very, very difficult. Well, for one thing, like, I'm not discounting the work. I'm not trying to look down on them. Truly in any way. I'm just trying to say I can't personally think of much or maybe anything that I've seen where it's like, this is a social media thing that is in and of itself absolutely like, holy shit, this is incredible. This is amazing. You know, I feel quite confident that exists. Mm-hmm. This is more just y'all got an example. Like, I think that's probably, but I think it's probably right now, at least, I think that's probably kind of rare. At least something that would hit me that way.
Okay, but
so I'm being subjective, and I know that. But
okay, let's say this then. You have probably gotten at least one comment or DM, as have I, and maybe even as have you, Jason, of, wow, I was really going through a rough day and your video made me feel better.
Yes, I have.
And there wasn't a lot of skill, quote unquote, into what we did. I mean, I edited mine on CapCut. Like, it didn't like take a lot. But
I'll disagree right from the start there. The idea of all of us are doing everything we can to be good at comedy and doing the stuff that we're doing, so that doesn't really count.
Okay, but see, now I feel like we're changing the parameters then, because then we're not like we don't have degrees in this, right? So I mean, If we're just talking about something that we're good at because we've done it a lot, I mean, for two women, you might have been practicing that a long time to where she could rhythmically.
You just got to the base of what it actually is, and that is that I value stand-up comedy and 11 years of like sacrifice and doing all the time on stage and writing all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I value that more than farting in a tube lady and how much time she spent doing that, because I value the art form of stand-up and that more. So that's just all. That's my whole point. Is that
I'm not saying this shit is worthless.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that.
I would agree with that. Yeah, it's not worthless. But I don't hold it as high esteem as I would this stuff.
Okay, I guess maybe the disconnect is it feels like y'all are saying at large people shouldn't or don't hold the other thing.
I'll die on this hill. I think people, the internet famous people, let me rephrase it. The people who are like going to see this one guy because he said he was going to go somewhere. I don't know what that guy does, so it's a little hard to use him as an example. But it's like people who value these people. If they were like, oh my God, the fart lady's going to go to the fucking club, we got to go there.
Right.
That to me is absolute bullshit. And I don't value that as much as I do. This person is up for an Emmy because they wrote fucking Parks and Rec,
right?
Which is the skill and all the shit that it takes to do that. And those values to me aren't even close to each other.
Yeah, I mean, all of this is said. Take. I'll just speak for myself. All this is said like with the understand. There's now 2 generations below me. Like, okay. So like I'm moving into irrelevance in terms of like market, I'm outside of the 18 to 34. You know what I mean? So like this is all just like there is a layer of like whatever old man to it, like, but I'm just saying I've never seen anything on social media personally that I can think of in this moment that is specifically social media content that can stack up against like
traditional art forms
that I love.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I also don't think
like
personally.
bringing like age and the idea that like other generations don't value them more. I think that's a failing in general. It's not a fucking boomer thing.
No,
I'm sorry. When you look at Mozart and if the generations behind us don't see Mozart and that kind of music, give me a sec, don't value that. That's a failing of them, not Mozart.
Okay. I'm more thinking the other way, where I'm thinking there's probably a lot that I'm missing about what they like.
But because they like, this is maybe a little I'm getting, because of what they like. Oh, we love the fucking guy who does the thing. Doesn't make that valuable.
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying that it's very, very possible that there is stuff that I just don't know about, that people who are younger than me do know about because they're in that world more, that I would see and be like, oh, holy shit, that's incredible. I'm just guessing.
That's fair.
That's the point I'm making.
That's fair. Yes.
Not that
I'm sure there's somebody doing something that I'm not aware of. That's totally fine. Yes, I would.
I don't even remember if I had a point. I think it was more. I was more just wondering if y'all have seen anything that has moved you, that has absolutely blown you away. I think the closest anyone had was the thing you were talking about, was the video essays. Because does that stuff, those videos you're talking about, do they only make sense in your opinion in that form?
I feel like that's the other thing. I feel like a lot of this can be translated into real life. I think it's more adaptable than maybe you're giving it credit, that maybe y'all might be giving it credit for. Like for my example, what I do, I had a live show on that. We did it at Crown Station. We had like a good turnout. Like I made a live show. You may not have like thought that was possible off the top of your head just by looking at it, but we did it. We played like the videos live and reacted live, and like we made this whole thing. Everybody had to dress up with like 2000s theme. Like it was a good thing. So I don't know, man. I don't know how many examples there are of something that would only make sense online.
let's say primarily make sense online. They primarily make sense on social media. They make more sense on a vertical 16:9 screen than they do in any other context.
The quibble thing you were talking about, yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, even in that case, I mean, going back to the show I produced, I would say that made more sense in the social media landscape. Yeah. But having that live show like might have helped somebody relive like the golden era of their life, or brought back some really great memories that they hadn't really been able to interact with in a long time. So
it's fair.
I don't know, man.
I'm not totally sure we're having the same conversation.
Yeah, because I'm with you, because I'm not putting down. I think we kind of reiterated that I'm not putting down anybody who's successful on any of this shit.
Okay. I guess what? Fine, I'll go this direction then, because to go off your earlier point, I don't value Mozart. I'm sorry. Mozart has no. And look, I recognize the talent that he has. I recognize the impact he has had on
Doesn't
music.
speak to you,
but to me personally,
sure.
I've never willingly listened to anything.
I couldn't pick Mozart out. I couldn't pick a Mozart out.
I could.
My point is that the value of that and what that's done for music to everyone that we're listening to now is significant.
Yeah.
That's maybe a little bit more the point. I was like, that's just something that was so good that influenced so many that led to the music that we're at now. That to me is like an easy thing to say.
Yeah, but you don't think there are like things that have happened on social media that have influenced the way things are today?
I mean, in non-traditional art forms, I don't know. Maybe.
Wait, what do you mean?
If you're talking about someone who's on social media who is acting, singing, sculpting, painting, any of those things, yeah, like my point is, outside of more traditional art forms, I would be hard pressed to find something that's as valuable as those traditional art forms. That's all I'm saying. If they're doing it on social media, that's amazing. Like if they're dancing on there, that's amazing. But that's still dancing. That's why it's valuable, not because it's on social media. I think it's great that it's like it's a new form of communication that everybody's getting to see this shit that they wouldn't normally get to see. I think that's the greatest value that it has.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I find it likely that we will get to a point where there will be things that I personally would see on TikTok, Instagram, whatever, that I'm like, that's it. That's everything. I find it likely that those things will emerge. But right now, I can't name one, personally.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Here's what I find really exciting about when I see social media, right? So we used to use soccer as an example, right? How many times could you keep the ball in the air, off your knee, whatever, all this kind of shit. We used to do some fun, cool shit, bouncing it this way, blah, blah, blah. I see people doing shit today that I worked hours and hours and hours, and I see people today do that shit regularly on there where I'm like, oh, my God. I think what I'm watching people do is take what we did and we thought was amazing and go in 10 times what we ever did. That's the shit that I see that I think is friggin' amazing and great. That's what we're going to continue to see. I see dancing that we never have seen before that I fucking love watching that on there. Singers that you would never have seen before are these amazing, crazy, powerful singers.
Doechii blew up because of TikTok.
Is that right? Yeah, yes. So none of this is, I'm not shitting on social media. In fact, I'm saying social media is amazing. We're also getting some shit that I don't find as valuable, and they're just getting famous for miming shit. And it's just like, I don't.
No, see, and yes, and that I will agree with. My point, I guess I'm trying to make is that's everything. I think there are actors that don't really deserve to get certain roles that they've gotten. I think there are.
I'll give you that.
Rappers, singers that have seen more success on the Billboard charts than they deserved. If you want to look at it from a talent perspective, but that's everything.
You're saying it's not unique to social media.
Not at all.
Sure, I'll subscribe to that. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. I'm just having trouble coming up with any examples on social media of things that would move me the same way that other art forms have. But it's probably I just haven't found them yet. Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm not the most online person. You know,
Yeah.
there's a lot.
You're really not the most present.
There's a
person
lot of
either.
there's great. There's a lot of corners
Should I
of
say
the
that
internet
louder
that I
so
don't
everybody-
know. No, listen, I know that I don't have much value.
I can't believe you haven't been on your phone this whole time.
Well, 'cause you've shamed me.
Yeah.
You want to do a would
Was
you
that
rather?
a text?
I was wondering if you had found something.
Oh, I have.
think we're
I have a bunch of
we're
would
an
you
hour and
rather's.
10 in. I don't know if I got a would you rather in for
Yeah,
me.
we're
I was on
pretty
the I was on
deep.
the lake all day, guys. I was riding around in a boat drinking.
All right.
I can't believe I've made it this long. If I'm
All right.
All right.
Did I ruin it? Do you guys want to do it? Should I just go to bed?
If
You
it's a
guys-
quick one, I think maybe we can
All right.
fly through it. Is it a quick one, Jonathan?
It doesn't. I don't care whether we
Okay.
do this or not.
Fine. Read the premise, and then if we
Well,
don't
the
think
one
we
I
can
was-
do it,
maybe we'll do it to be continued. And then we'll start.
The one I was
Jordan's like, fuck, we're not.
the
doing
one I
that shit.
was gonna do is not short, but I have a bunch.
Okay.
Would you rather? No.
He just swallowed his own face right there.
Okay, fine. Would you rather? Oh, actually, this is pretty fun. Would you rather be? I have a bunch of them. Would you rather be immune to every law or immune to every disease?
Jesus.
It's a tough one.
Immune to every law. Can you break?
Yeah,
that
like
down?
you can't get in legal trouble for anything.
I can run around just killing people.
Yeah.
But you could get sick in the middle of doing that and die.
How real is
You get hit.
karma
You get
in
hit.
this situation?
Yeah, well, I don't know.
There you go.
I mean, that's a risky take.
Mm.
Like you could get hit by a karma, and
I think if you have the immune to a law, you become a villain. I don't know if anyone survives that without becoming
immune to illness would be amazing. Because my first. It's pathetic that this is my first thought. But my first thought with that is I would smoke so much cigarettes. I would smoke so many cigarettes because
Holy shit.
it is horrifically bad for you, and that's why I don't do it anymore.
It's unbreakable. You never.
That's why I
get
don't
sick.
do it anymore. But I loved smoking so much.
I enjoyed it as well.
I could do that, and never have any health consequences. It's amazing.
I could stare at the sun during an
I
eclipse.
could stare at the sun during an eclipse. See, we're getting into the really valuable
that's-
stuff now.
Yeah. Yeah, because now when I think about immune to any law, is like
It's still very valuable.
That's-
it's
Some superhero
valuable, but
shit.
also I can still die.
Yeah,
So if I
exactly.
tried to rob a bank, I might not get in legal trouble, but
Yeah.
somebody could still shoot me.
Right, exactly.
So-
exactly.
But if you get immune to every illness and you break the law, then you go to jail forever.
You can no.
You die from
You die at 100. Let's say. Like,
Still
you-
forever.
Yeah, it's a great thing. You die at 100.
I don't know if that's great. Because, like, okay, I can't catch any diseases, but I can still, like, break stuff.
What do you mean?
I can still, like, break my arm, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
What's my
I guess
daily
you're
life?
right.
Yeah.
I guess you're right.
Do I got joint pain?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All that still happens, right?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's osteoporosis.
Osteoporosis.
That's a disease. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
what.
guess you
That,
would-
well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know where we draw the line between illness and injury. I don't know. Well, let's hammer it out.
Oh, man.
Illness
Yeah,
and injury is a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Did I do it because I fell off the church? I don't know why it's a joke.
Fell off the
I don't
church.
know why.
Church.
I was helping fix the roof.
Would you
You
get
fell
some-
off on the border.
You got some birds carrying some cats up on top
Yeah.
of the. All right.
Yeah, you get injured that way.
I think illness. Yeah, I think you can still like
you can run a marathon and your hips
you can
hurt.
still get
Right.
stabbed and killed. Like you still. So the shooting thing actually doesn't. You don't get an advantage from not being from the illness thing. You
Right.
just can't get. What we generally think of as illness.
Okay.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Just like so, you can break your leg, you can get shot in the head,
Okay.
you can anything, but you won't get cancer no matter what,
and
or pneumonia,
and I can just not pay my
or
bills.
COVID.
And
Oh, I didn't even. Think
Yeah.
of that.
and there's
Correct.
Like, we can't arrest
Correct.
him.
No one's gonna let you buy something with no money, but
Yeah.
you could just take it from them. They're not going to be happy. They're not going to be friend anymore.
Okay.
So like but
You're instantly a villain. That's what I think.
No. Actually, no. Now I'm back on that side. I'm
Okay.
I'm immune from all laws.
And why? What are you gonna? Why?
Because
Like,
Jason just sold it. That means I
No
can just
bills.
stop paying my mortgage.
yeah.
Just
Well,
done.
Is that a wait? Yeah, is there a difference between?
yeah.
between
I'm trying to think. Like,
civil suits versus criminal suits.
I mean, they could still. The bank could still come. Then it becomes a power struggle. I think. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to jail for that, and you're not.
They can sue you for
and you
civil.
you could kill all of them when they come to take your house, and you're not going to jail. But
see, it always comes back to being a villain, my friend.
but they could. I don't know. That's yeah. You're right. They can't take your house. They can't take your house because it's perfectly legal for you to not pay your bill. Yeah,
you could take someone else's
So
house.
so the bank could come.
I could. See, I wasn't even going to take it there, but okay. I'm going to Lake
you're
Norman.
not a villain.
Yeah.
That's right. We're going to right to
I'm
Lake
still.
Norman.
I think I'm still going with illness.
Okay.
Especially because, man, so many illnesses are such terrible ways to die too.
Yeah.
You know, you cut out so many awful ways to die.
That's true. I think my family has a pretty
You're not
good
going to get
bill of health.
Alzheimer's. You're not going to get cancer. You're not going to get the other ones that are bad, which is so many that I can't think of for some reason.
Man, yeah, it's like
I
health.
think it's got to be illness. I think for me, not like you can't get sick ever in any way.
That would work for you.
That's
'cause
pretty-
Then you, Frank Ocean, Casey Musgrave.
I knew it. I knew
Yeah.
that you were going to take it to a venereal disease place. I knew you were going to do that.
You're never
And I'm
gonna
kind of
get it.
happy that you did.
Yeah.
You're never gonna get it.
Venereal does it? What am I? A million STIs? Whatever.
Yeah, that's funny. I think I'm probably going illness as well.
Mm.
I don't want to be tempted because I think I'd be a bad guy.
That's also a
I'd
thing.
be a
If
bad
I
guy.
could break any law, I would break any law. It's a weird reverse Murphy's Law type deal.
Yeah.
Or just fully Murphy's Law. Actually.
Absolute power corrupts.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I would do so much shit, and I would regret it too. And then
Yeah,
I would
you're a
regret
terrible
it, but then I would like do it again, you know, because I'd feel bad, and then I'd be like, but just one more time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do terrible shit.
Gross.
It's got to be illness.
Yep. We're all good people.
No, Jordan's still sticking with the law
I'm
thing.
stashing that money every month. And then, because then think about it. If I don't have to pay my mortgage, dude, life would be so much easier.
You wouldn't have to break the law.
I wouldn't have to break any other laws.
What's
I can just abide to everything else.
What's the one thing that keeps, particularly in America, that limits us when it comes? This isn't necessarily against what you're saying, but it plays into it. The one thing that keeps us bound to shitty jobs more so in America than anywhere else, health
Healthcare,
insurance.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So if you
Healthcare.
can't get sick,
Yeah.
that opens up your. I mean, you could still get injured though.
Yeah.
But that does take away a lot of the burden of why we are stuck in the jobs that we're stuck in.
That is true. That
And
does play a
that's
big
not
role.
really that way in other parts of the world necessarily.
Okay.
But
Okay.
you know,
That's
so
fair.
like that. So that sickness takes that off the table, to where you can more comfortably be a little looser, be a little more freelance, be a little more, you know,
Yeah. Do what we're already doing.
do what we're already doing.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
So illness, laws.
Laws.
I'm only picking illness because I know I'd be a bad guy.
I'm just gonna smoke so many cigarettes. It's
Yeah.
gonna be awesome.
Actually, I might be doing that too. I really did enjoy
Dude, I
cigarettes
would
too.
smoke all day, every day if it
Yeah.
was not bad for you.
Yeah.
For me.
I'm gonna kidnap that comedian too.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Holy
kidnap that
shit.
comedian too.
Oh, I mean, you're gonna kidnap. What else are you gonna do to
Yeah.
him?
No, nothing. No,
Yeah, you-
ugh.
No. I
You
mean,
gonna kill nap them?
no. I mean, yeah. No, I mean, but then what? Like,
No, just because I could.
but what are you gonna do with them?
No, it's like catch and release.
Okay, that's
Gotcha.
what I was asking.
Yeah.
He's gonna scare him.
So you just drive like 400 or 500 miles, then be like, get out of my car, pussy. Like,
Yeah. Actually, yeah, that sounds pretty funny.
Not a bad idea.
here, and then throw him a few $100 to get home. Here's some stolen money, you little bitch.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Little bitch ass
You
bitch.
little bitch ass bitch.
Good work, guys.
All right, everybody, that was fun. I like that one.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. This has been another episode of Zoning Out. Anybody want to tell where they're going to be at this weekend? Shows coming up?
I do think it's important to tell everybody that on July 10th, I will be at Goodnights 861 room, the great Jonathan Williams. And I need to put
hell of a room.
Asses in the seats, guys. So if you've listened to us for 2 hours, you're probably going to come to the show. Anyway.
Go to the show.
But yeah, come to the show. I don't know how much the tickets are, but go to goodnightscomedy.com if I remember correctly, and you can get tickets there. July 10th, Jason Allen King.
Jordan, just say the stuff you're doing this weekend, and that's just what I'm doing too.
Okay, yes. Me and Jonathan are going to be at the Loft in Columbus, Georgia this Thursday at 7:30 and 9:30 p.m. There's like 2 shows. Yeah. Something like that.
That's correct. Yeah.
Assuming the 9:30 happens.
Right.
I think either way we've committed to driving back.
We are driving back?
Yeah, we're going to drive back. Because I didn't know there was a hotel buyout. So that means, we already have the money for it. Yeah. So I can just stash it. Yeah, I'm stashing it.
All right.
So,
man,
yeah,
Jordan.
We're going to get some very strong energy drinks. So we're going to hammer through it.
I was
get the
letting you
kitchen
make
playlist ready.
How long is that drive? It's like
It's not
coming
short.
back. Yeah, it's gonna be like probably 6 hours.
6 hours.
What the fuck? Yeah, you got.
No, here's the thing. I've done it before. I just haven't done it before after
I'm
a
following your
9:30
lead,
show.
That
man.
doesn't mean it's a good decision. That's
I'm following
crazy.
your
Well, that's
lead.
true too. But now I have somebody to talk to. Last time I did, I was just by
You're
myself.
back at like 4:30 in the morning.
I'm aware.
Fuck that. Yeah, have fun.
I'm
It's
aware.
fine.
I have a half day Friday, so I just got like.
I mean,
push
I
through.
absolutely would not have chosen it myself, but like it's the two of us. We're fucking doing it.
I
Yeah.
have
Let's do
zero
it.
problem telling you guys
And
that's a mistake.
And
but
that's
You didn't y'all do it?
no, we stayed overnight.
We
We got an Airbnb.
I thought you said y'all came back after the show. Oh.
no. I just
Yeah,
said
we
that
got an
that's. You
Airbnb.
asked how long the drive is.
Oh, because when you said you came back after
no,
the show.
and our Airbnb was like it was cheap. It was like
I don't
$50 a
remember.
piece or something. Yeah, it was like that's not bad
All right, I'll take another look. I didn't
because
realize
that's a lot.
What's the
6
buyout?
hours.
What do we get?
I don't know. Delenn hasn't given me my. We'll ask him off air because he knows.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you guys do a 9:30 show,
Yeah, that's the thing.
you're not. getting-
And that is what I said in the text. I was like, it depends on if we have a 9:30 show.
yeah.
I'm down for what I'm
Safety-
following your
safety
lead.
first.
The way I see it,
Safety
first.
it's your show, and I'm gonna be, and I'm
Anyway,
I'm
all
perfectly happy either
We'll
way.
figure it out. But then also on Saturday, me and Jonathan have another show. We're doing Don't Tell Comedy in Greensboro.
Ooh,
Yeah, baby.
So that's gonna be a fun one. And
I'm on
think that's
vacation,
all.
guys. I'm spending time with family.
Enjoy your time off.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know why you.
I
threw it out
got
there.
super defensive about
I have no shows.
Oh, now
outside
you know
of
how it
next
feels to
week.
be me almost always.
Okay. Well, we all have shows the following Saturday because we will be in Sperryville, Virginia next Friday and Saturday for the
18th and
Threes
18th
Comedy.
and 19th. So
Yes.
So
a
way
few-
farther than what you're saying.
I very much
Like, not even
missed that.
close.
You're right. You're right.
It's like almost a month.
I was like,
It's almost a month. Yeah, I missed it.
but
So-
that's great though. We're there.
But it's gonna be awesome.
Yes. I'm sorry because you said the July 10th thing. It made me
Yeah.
get through my. Anyway, yes. July 17th and 18th.
18th and 19th.
18th.
Sperryville,
Sperryville, Virginia. At on the board. No, I'm just playing. At Copper Fox Distillery,
Yeah,
right?
that's
The
right.
Threes Comedy Tour. Us three are going to be there. Please grab tickets at.
Eventbrite, which will be in the notes.
No.
Guys, in show
Of
notes.
this podcast.
Perfect.
Yes.
I'm
All
a,
right,
I'm a,
hey, y'all, we're up to 7 subscribers on YouTube.
Come on, man.
hell yeah.
Remember
Look
when we
out.
just had like 3 and we were 2 of them?
It was us two and John Reap.
I think
Oh, yeah,
I
we
am.
got John
Reed,
I
yeah.
am one now, right? I think.
Well, I mean, I'll take that still.
Yeah.
There's somebody
that
else
means
watching
there are
that's not
3
us.
people other than John Reap. There are 3 people who were like, "I'm doing this."
Yeah.
I'm
We're winning.
invested.
We're winning.
I like that we're proud of our little things.
Well, you have to take the
Yeah.
wins and losses.
Yeah,
That's right.
Wins and losses. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. If you are still listening, we'll be back next week with another episode. You know what? Maybe we should record it on the border.
That's a great idea.
Fine with that.
Okay.
A lot of Latinas.
That's
probably.
not
There's
the
a
one.
lot of
That's not the
Latinas.
one I'm gonna invite her to.
Jonathan, you got to double down. All right, man. Back next week. Thank you so much.